Welcome aboard, fellow EGLDers. Elrond is the subject. Simon is me, and we are the whales of Wall Street, collectively. Thank you for joining us on this video. This one is one of my favourite bags. I have mine currently staking in the Elrond wallet, and it's doing fantastically well. First of all, before we go into the chart, a couple of really awesome updates from Elrond. So the first one here, by the way, always check out the Elrond Twitter feed for all the latest updates. Always loads of cool stuff going on with Elrond network. So first piece of information here is actually from today, so hopefully we're one of the first ones to mount it. Let's go. So groundbreaking AI generated media content comes to Elrond via humans. What is humans? Okay, so this is basically heart driven, so heart, dollar, heart. I don't think you can get the tokens of hearts yet, but I think you can get it through a swap system with Elrond. I would have to look at that in the next video. But yes, very much around building on Elrond. So humans are using Elrond's network because of the transaction speeds, because of the speed of the blockchain and everything awesome about it. So through humans, production studios, ad agencies, and any content creator can access licensed digital genomes, create rich media, and automate personalized output in one place. So this is really cool because it means that publishers and creators can now use AI technology to get monetization and make things quicker for themselves as well. So this is quite interesting. Humans allow the creation of rich media content based on a script without the high production costs typically associated with these activities. Now, in my real world work, I know full well the cost of production throughout whether it's voiceovers or videos in general. It can be extortionately costly, and do you know what? I don't complain about it because I think people who are in the creative industry, design, photography, video, they've worked hard to get to where they are, and I think that it is warranted. You have to factor in costs of expertise, production, etc., time of editing, blah blah blah. But this aspect here is taking a lot of that aspect out. And utilizing essentially, potentially in the near future, full-on holographics of people utilizing AI based on script, based on algorithm of voice. If you think, I don't know if you've ever seen deep fake, right? If you haven't, go on YouTube, trust me. It's called deep fake, and this is like kind of scary because now you'd think like when you watch TV, which I don't, but if you're watching like the president or prime minister or something on there, once you've seen deep fake, you can sometimes sit there and go, are these people even real? Like, have they been replaced? You just don't know. All these theories come into your head. So that's why, I try not to go too hyped about it. But this kind of thing emphasizes the way things are moving towards that aspect. So what can this also do? It can also move into video games, in terms of potential AI coding and things like that. But other media content of taking real people's facial recognition elements into games quicker and easier using blockchain technology. So it's really, really interesting. And this is what I love about it. You know that I love AI and IoT and machine learning, etc. from all my previous videos. This is what I like to see. This is what I thought Elrond would love to get into, and that's what they've been doing. So very much around powerful AI and machine learning algorithms. Do you know what I thought the other day? I thought in my marketing role, like how can that be replaced? Like, and I always know like in the near future, automation of marketing will get to a point where AI comes in. And I literally thought about this. I think I've wrote an article about it in a couple of magazines and stuff about AI and IoT and how blockchain is going to develop. I thought about my role and I thought how much longevity is left in my role in terms of marketing. And I thought to myself, like, with blockchain and AI algorithms and machine-to-machine learning, what's to stop the AI learning so much that it then goes, actually, we don't need you, Simon, anymore. We know when to do an email. We know to do this. We know what people's behaviors are based on words, based on timing, periods of how things are sent, when they're sent. And that aspect, social media, gathering of information, Google search information, etc., to the point where they could go, actually, we're going to create this poster now because we now know what the mind thinks and what will generate the most interest from the colors, from the way it looks in an advertising poster or board or whatever it may be, and just do it themselves. And then they'll project it themselves, and the script will be themselves, because they've learnt from humans that we've given them all the knowledge and power. Then they've learned how to do it, and then they take it to the next level where humans aren't needed anymore. We can just go and explore the galaxy, right? And Elon Musk has warned about this, and it's kind of a dark future, but exciting at the same time, in the sense like, what's going to happen, and what kind of world are we going to be in the next 10, 20 years? Forget 50 years time, the next 10 years, if Agenda 30 gets its way, it's going to be absolutely mental. Some big changes to come. So this is kind of along that aspect. I think it's really interesting. I know I'm waffling on here, and you probably wanted some chart information, which we will definitely go into, and I'll do a price prediction as well. But Elrond, very much fantastic point, proof of staking mechanism, 10,000 transactions per second, absolutely phenomenal speeds, and great green concept as well, in terms of the environment and impact, etc. So I think this is absolute beast, right, of a blockchain technology, and I'm so pleased I got them when I did. I didn't get massive amounts because I didn't have much capital at the time. If I had my time again, like now, I would 100% have got a lot more of them, but I've got enough in there to potentially get a good passive income on staking in a few years' time if things go my way. And hopefully, if we do get a drop in the bear market, I will definitely be adding more. I've seen people on the staking thing, they got like thousands of them, and I'm sat there with like double-digit one, and I'm like, oh, okay, I thought I had loads, but it's not. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because there's loads of other projects, and this in itself, I've got some. A lot of people don't have it, and in 5 years' time, if it gets the prices they say it will, I'll be looking at that going, wow, I've got all of this. Same people as when I look at people who've got 10 Ethereum, and I'm like, they bought them like 5 years ago, and I'm like, how on earth did you manage to do that? And I didn't reflect that actually the price back then was nothing. So you can think about all those cool things. This is the other part, so it kind of links with this. It's a bit older news from about a week or so ago. I haven't done a video on Elrond for about that time, actually, so I must have just missed this one. So this is helping with an incubator / launch pad for gaming. I absolutely love gaming, as you know, in previous videos. So very much, these are two of my favourite topics, AI and gaming right now, in one place. So thank you, Elrond, for providing this opportunity to talk about you guys and two of my favourite things. So this is allowing something called CDFI, so S Fund token to supply will be bridged on the mainnet of ESDT, which is through the Elrond Maya exchange. And guys, this is allowing people, kind of like some other projects that I know of, to allow people to develop their games, launch pad on them, utilizing the blockchain smart contracts aspect, coding, etc., protocols of Elrond to move this, essentially kind of like a sharding mechanism to improve the gaming offerings and gaming development programs. I told you this in a few videos ago on a different project like BPro and all of this, and the way gaming and AI is going to go, Ready Player One is just around the corner, telling you. And all it needed was blockchain technology to pull it all together, because once we get smart contracts, the NFT aspect, the power, the consumption power being reduced from GPUs into blockchain, because it is possible, absolutely possible, through tokenomics, through sharing of mechanisms of processing power, etc. The way we are using hotspots now, like helium, for example, to replace the internet, more powerful, more fairer across the world. This is going to be unreal, taking VR to where it should have been, where we actually enter a world and feel like we're in it, and all of that really cool stuff. So I'm really pleased to see this kind of partnership. I'm sure it's not the end of it. I'm sure there'll be more and more of them, but this is fantastic for all those that are developing games or wanting to take their game offerings to another level. So that's really, really cool from Elrond. And like I said, keep an eye on their Twitter platform and other aspects as well, because this is phenomenal. So now we've got that out of the way, let's go into the chart, which is really cool as well. Before we do that, please make sure you like this video if you find it informative, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and make sure you press that notification bell button to ensure you get notified of all the awesome videos we have coming your way. Now it's chart time. Okay, so first of all, a couple of pointers here. We've got the fact that we have had a massive intake in EGLD over the last 48 hours. We've had almost getting up to that 245 mark, which I believe is this orange line that I drew in the previous video, we are edging towards that, and I truly believe, I'm throwing it out there, that by the end of September into maybe the first week of October, we will go through that all-time high. That is my prediction. Let me know what you think in the comments below when we might do that. I think it's going to be end of September, first week of October. If trend lines and all the other analysis we've done has got the way we think it will go. In terms of a percentage increase, or certainly a growth pattern, since this 20th of July period, we've seen 185% gains. Performance chart on the bottom right here, which is absolutely phenomenal, 700% up on the year, 37% up on the month. The 6 months of interest to me as well, because this also includes the period of time when we had the big correction across the market in general, and it's now into a positive figure, thanks to probably, to be fair, the last 24 hours pushing it in such a manner that it's actually gone straight through this support mechanism. Unfortunately got rejected, because I generally went earlier when I was about to do the video, I thought, what, really, we're going to go straight there? No, not quite. So I do anticipate this is going to be a big resistance area at that $200 mark. We're currently, at the time of recording this video, 197, so that's understandable. This is going to be such an interesting battle, and that's why I think we'll get to the all-time high potentially at the end of September, beginning of October, because I think we've got a bit of a wavy pattern to go. The MACD has finally switched back into a positive mode, so we might get a close over 200 today. If we don't, no problem. It wouldn't be a surprise if we do retrace back down to here, or around this area certainly, to see. So we had the previous resistance line, which we did have a line in here earlier. I don't know where it's gone, but we drew in the last video this whole perception of this line here coming back from previous historic data of a resistance level. So it might be that we bounce back off there, triple check that confirmation around that sort of 185 mark, and then trickle back up to 200 and smash through it and try and aim for higher gains there as well. Let me just take my auto scale off just so we can see on the retracement levels where we're aiming for. So this is the previous top high. That would be our next target. There's no doubt about it. Of course, there'll be a wavy pattern along the way. I do anticipate that by October we might hit that. That kind of entails with our line here as well, of the trend line, and also the previous all-time high. So actually, without doing that on purpose or anything, I think, yeah, it's pretty much bang on. So it'd be really interesting to see how that occurs over this period of time. We did have previous buyback opportunities down here, which ironically we hit. I didn't have any buy orders in, but that was something that we anticipated might happen because of this resistance here, that we might come back and test the level back down here and bounce back off, and we've done exactly that. We kind of rejected down here completely because of that Bitcoin nonsense. The day yesterday was a bit of a struggle, but we pulled it back up, and that just shows you the strength of this project. The RSI at the moment is floating not too heavy, so we got plenty of room in the tank, so we might get that 200 sooner than we think. So that's my anticipation for Elrond in the short term. In the long run, I truly believe that we can get to around that $800 to $900 mark. I do think it might get, I think it might struggle to get over 800 and possibly struggle to get to 900. So I do think, I'm going to throw this random number out here, and it'd be really interesting if we get there. I'm going to throw out there $847 is my price prediction for Elrond in this big bull run leading up to December and into next year. If you think I'm way off, let me know in the comments below. What's your price prediction? I have seen some predictions out there that are saying it's going to get to 1,000, but I'm thinking like that's a massive jump. And we've already had so much growth in Elrond in the last 12 months. That would be quite exceptional. But if they keep bringing out the projects, and if they keep boosting their system, of course it's possible. Could fly even beyond that. But I'm trying to be not so much realistic, but looking at the patterns, looking at analysis, and all the data that I've got, and trying to fit in as well pieces of their roadmap and this, that, and the other. You know, we've had a massive ride here, even from October. I bought all my Elrond, I think, just before December, so I did get it around that sort of 20 mark, most of mine. I didn't get enough of it, clearly, but yeah, I think we're in a very interesting period of time with Elrond, and we're going to be very bullish in this next 3 months. Absolutely gigantic. So that's my price prediction. Like I said, let us know in the comments below what you think. And we've given you a price prediction as well for the next few weeks. We do believe that we might get to that 200 mark. Sorry, not 200 mark. What am I talking about? We do believe we'll get to that all-time mark potentially around the end of September, beginning of October. What do you think? And what do you think about Elrond? What do you think about this amazing news about AI and gaming? I want to hear every comment possible under the sun about Elrond right now, because I'm super bullish. It's great for the staking that I've got at the moment, and it's great for people who are holding EGLD. And if you're not holding EGLD, no problem whatsoever. Like I said, we might see a retracement back if you think you missed this opportunity. Will we come a bit lower than that? It's going to take a big correction like yesterday to do that, and fair play to those that had that in there. I didn't anticipate this happening, and that just proves how volatile crypto can be and how manipulated it can be in a short space of time. We've had plenty of support areas around this area already, so I don't really anticipate us coming back here for some time unless something major happens over a gradual period beforehand. But let's keep an eye on that. But I do anticipate that if you have missed out on this area, I think we might come back to try and test this potential area around here. But let's see how that goes. I just, to be honest, think we're just going to shoot for the moon. And on that note, I hope to see you guys on the moon and in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.